I've been to a Comic Con in Huddersfield. Where? So, I attended Huddersfield Comic Con because my friend Ben, the Attention Seeking Geek, go check out his channel, was doing some compare duties. He was interviewing Christopher Ryan from The Young Ones and also 2 gladiators from, well, the Gladiators. I love a good Comic Con. I haven't been to one for a while, so I quickly hopped in the car and headed off.
I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone.
Got to the con and it looked tremendous. Whole array of stuff outside. There was different cars, different vehicles and all that kind of jazz. Really nice looking DeLorean there, obviously off of Back to the Future. We've got, I don't know what that is, a weird little Ghostbusters car, some police car type things, Flintstones vehicle, which looked tremendous, Bumblebee there, as you can see. Mr. Stay Puft in the corner there. We had a really interesting looking Batpod bike and a Tumbler Batmobile. Oh, there's Robocop and Spidey. As you normally see them wandering around. So yeah, Tumbler, that looked immense. A superb looking Ecto 1 with a tremendous kind of Ghostbusters get up going on there. We had a superb Slimer and a few guys dressed up and kitted out in the full Ghostbusters costumes and uniforms, which were absolutely amazing. Really nice guys as well. So there's a funny little weird War Machine thing, yeah, and then that guy looks like he's capped his pants. But yeah, tremendous War Machine costume. We then had some Star Wars type people, and we had look at the butt on Spider-Man. Christ, that's tight. Anyway, I then bumped into Ben. Ben didn't know I was coming, but said hello to him and then headed inside. It was the usual kind of Comic Con stuff. There was a great store with kind of props that you could get your photo taken with if you didn't have that kind of stuff. Bit of Nightmare Before Christmas. Is that the thing? Nightmare of Christmas? Don't know. Game of Thrones merch. Lots of stuff and displays from Game of Thrones. Really enjoyed this. This was all over the place. I had a good look around looking at all that because I'm a bit of a fan. Kind of descriptions of all the weapons and the characters and things like that. And then, as you can see, some dragon heads, which were really cool. Liked them a lot. So really enjoyed the Game of Thrones element to the con. There was stuff everywhere for you to have a look at. Good stuff. There was a lot of different various stores selling all kinds of usual kind of con stuff. Lots of action figures and toys, comic books, paintings, original artwork. I did find a couple of boxes of comics. Nothing that really floated my boat, to be honest. This guy had all kinds of action figures and all that stuff. And it was really good. Some cool stuff there, really. Loved this store. This was a vintage kind of figures store that had some amazing He-Man figures. Then we'll move on to cosplay. There was people in costume all over the shop. It was really interesting to see. There was a cosplay competition at the end. No idea what that is, but anyway, lots of different characters, lots of different outfits. Robocop was there again. He was superb. Lots of people putting a lot of effort in to try and show off their costumes. And of course, there's an Eddie from Stranger Things. And then Ben, of course, was doing his hosting duties. He did an absolutely incredible job, as you would imagine. He interviewed, first of all, the guy from The Young Ones, and he interviewed the Gladiators. They were absolutely superb. Go and check those out on Ben's YouTube channel. So, a few bits and bobs that I got up to when I was there. Played with some Ewoks. That sounds wrong. Played with Robocop. Yeah, that sounds wrong as well. Had a little look around, nicked some bloke's hat. That was pretty good. We then also had a little look-see at the Game of Thrones chair, which was tremendous. I'll be a fair king, I have to say. Nightmare Before Christmas stuff was really cool, as I mentioned earlier on. And obviously we had an ice cream. So, Huddersfield Comic Con. What did I get when I was there? Picked up this absolutely amazing Judge Dredd helmet. Absolutely love this. This was made by a guy who just does it in his spare time, really. It's a proper wearable helmet. Nice solid piece. It feels weighty. I love the fact it's kind of all tarnished and dinted as Dredd's helmet should be. Like I say, a solid piece. Really, really like that. I'll put the gent's link in the address because I bought a lot of stuff off him and he was superb. Yeah, I do like it. I look pretty cool. How I don't know, I look mint. Anyway, I also picked up some books. These guys were selling their, these are local guys, selling some horror stories and sci-fi stories. Whenever I go to these kind of places, I always like to support people who are kind of pushing themselves and trying to do their own books and stuff. So I got a couple of those. I also picked up from the guy who bought the Dredd helmet off. This is a dice box. My son is very much into Dungeons and Dragons and Warhammer and all that kind of stuff, and he's forever losing his dice. So this was quite a nice piece just to pick up and give to him as a little present. I think I only paid a tenner for that. The Dredd helmet, by the way, was £40, which I think is an absolute steal. Then I picked up this. Been having my eye on one of these for a while. Again, from the same seller. He's made this himself. This is, of course, the kind of the puzzle cube from the Hellraiser movies. It's absolutely phenomenal. This thing weighs a fair bit. It feels like a solid piece. Really well made. You can open it and change the design. It was open when I bought it. Can I get it unopened? I tried for ages and I dug my head in. Anyway, I'll have a little go now, I think. To hell with it. Anyway, here we are. This is how it looks when you finally get it open. This bloody thing, I do keep managing to get it open and change, and then I put it back and I forget how I've done it. It's an absolute nightmare. After that...
Have we had a good day so far? Good, there it is. That's what I wanted to hear.
I had a tremendous day. The convention was superb. I had some real good stalls, some really interesting displays for you to go and look at, and it was an absolute joy meeting Ben and his good wife and spend some time with them. Will I go back to Huddersfield Comic Con? Absolutely. It was tremendous, and I can't recommend enough. Okay, ladies and gents, just a quickie for you. That's your whack, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.